Welcome to Angels in the Glen. The Revelation 10 study is a continuation from Daniel chapter 12. Now many think, why would you study all the book of Daniel and then jump to Revelation 10? Well, you're going to see why that is in this particular study. And so we want to cover four major topics in this particular study. Topic number one, sealed book is now an open book. On the screen, Daniel 12:4, it says, "But as for you, Daniel, conceal these words and seal up the book until the end of time." Now that book is sealed up, but look in Revelation 10 verse 2, "And he had in his hand a little book which was open." Right there, sealed up in Daniel 12, open in Revelation 10. Now, we'll show you many more connections between Daniel 12 and Revelation 10. This is just one of them. And in the context, if you've been studying along with us in Daniel 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you'll see that this book that is now opened is the Cod Zone. It's the vision of the 2300 evenings and mornings. All right, what Daniel didn't understand in Daniel chapter 12, God's people at the end of time will be able to understand. If you're watching this message right now, you will be able to understand it. All right, Daniel also asks a very critical question in Daniel chapter 12. He says, what is the outcome of these events? He's like, what's going to happen after the time, times, and half a time? On the screen, there's Daniel's question right there. "As for me, I heard, but I could not understand. So I said, my Lord, what will be the outcome of these events?" Very key question. We're now going to understand exactly what's the outcome of these events. Take a look on the screen and you'll see this graphic. There you see the 1290, 1798, the 1335, all the way to 1843, and then that 2300 evenings and mornings goes all the way to 1844. Daniel is effectively asking this question on the screen. "As for me, I heard, but I could not understand. So I said, my Lord, what will be the outcome of these events?" Meaning he's saying, what's happening in that gray box right there? What's happening after 1798 all the way through 1843 and 1844? Because that's a very important question he asks, because it leads us to topic number 3. How blessed is he who attains to the 1335? Right? On the screen, verse 11, Daniel 12, verse 11, it says, verse 12, "How blessed is he who keeps waiting and attains to the 1335. That 1335 is leading you all the way into these very end time prophecies. And he's saying, how blessed is he who attains to it? What happens? Something happens at the end of the 1335 that makes you blessed. All right, topic number 4, spiritual Israel is coming out of captivity. Now, this is a very important point to understand. Literal, physical, ancient geographic Jerusalem goes into captivity, into Babylon, for 70 years. Right? And at the end of the 70 years, they come out. Right? In the same way, God's people, God's church, spiritual Israel on a global scale are plunged into spiritual Babylon. And at the end of these time prophecies, they are coming out. Take a look on the screen. You'll see the key. It's the key to Daniel 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's the Cod Zone and the Mare. On the screen, you see those two visions. Now, the key to understanding it is Daniel 9:25 at the bottom of the screen. It says, "So you to know and discern that from the issuing of a decree to restore and rebuild Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince, 7 weeks, 62 weeks. All right, that's the beginning of that 70-week time prophecy that started in 457 BC. But it has a double application. Look back on the screen again. To restore and rebuild Jerusalem, both literal, physical, historical Jerusalem, rebuild that temple, but also spiritual Jerusalem, which is the church, and heavenly Jerusalem. God's people are coming out of spiritual Babylon, and they're coming into greater light. That's the key right here. You can watch this complete lesson at the link below. Go to angelsintheglen.org. That's angelsintheglen.org. This isn't just one study. It's a series of studies that will take you through the book of Daniel and key chapters in Revelation so that you can know what must take place before Christ returns. We want you to understand the first angel's message, the second angel's message, the third angel's message, which culminates in the mark of the beast. And the mark of the beast struggle is coming upon this world on a global scale very soon. We want you to understand what it is, why it is what it is, and how it's an attack on the eternal gospel of Jesus Christ. It's not a time to fear. It's a time to get ready. God wants his people ready for the soon return of Jesus Christ. I hope you'll join us.